Welcome back, everybody. So it's been a hot minute since we last talked, and I showed you my sneak peek of my haunted cinema movie poster project. But you know, coronavirus is in full swing, and we're kind of battening down the hatches, and I'm actually working from home a couple of days a week now. So as you can see, I am in my studio, but I've also turned it into my home office. So it's kind of hard because the last thing I want to do after working 8 hours at the desk right over there is to turn around and sit right over here for another bit while we do a video. But since I'm only working a couple of days a week, I'll maybe on my off days I feel more energetic to be here with you doing these videos. We also had to spend a lot of time recently cleaning up this rambling old house because we're refinancing thanks to the low interest rates. So finally, maybe I'll get around to doing one of those house tours y'all keep asking me about. Now that it's kind of clean, but it's quickly getting messy again because I'm not the most organized person, as you could tell from my closet sneak peek over there. But enough of that. It is time to finish up our movie poster project. And if you may remember from the last video, I've been getting some movie posters from Amazon at relatively inexpensive prices. So this was the Dracula one that I saw before. Now, you can get these in all sorts of sizes, but I, of course, want to frame them in large poster frames. So I printed everything out or I didn't print it out, I got them ordered in the 2x3 format. Then I went and found some 2x3 frames. I looked all over the place trying to get the best deal because this project is rapidly increasing in price, let's say. So in the past, I think I bought frames from Michaels. I bought frames from At Home. These actually ended up coming from Walmart simply because I wanted something with a bulky frame. Because if I'm going to buy, cheap frames to put around the house, I want to give it as much, detail as possible to make it look like it's perhaps a little more expensive than they are. Even though these were pricey. I mean, they were $25 each. I've got 4 posters here, so that alone was $100. The movie posters themselves, the Dracula one I think was $12.99. And I've got a couple more to show you. Another one was $13.99. That was my most expensive. But then the last 2 were in the $5 range, so that helps a lot. But we'll go ahead and take a look now at these other posters and see what we got. Okay. Oh, it's in another paper tube. Okay, it was only wrapped on the side, but here is, I think this was our 2 set. So let's see what the first one is. Oh, I think this one, I can hardly keep it open right, is The Bride of Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. So let's see if we can, this is going to be a challenge. It's so tightly rolled up that I can hardly hold it open. But I liked this one because of the colors and the 2-for-1. I've got Frankenstein right there. I've got The Bride of Frankenstein. So it can kind of expand my movie posters. Since I'm only using 4 in the garage, which is where I'm planning to have my haunted cinema, I only have room for 4 posters. So I wanted to maximize the number of characters I could get in those. So Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. This one again was like 5 something. Okay. All right. Put this one over here. Oh, there goes my skull. He loves to be on the floor. All right, what's up next? The Mummy. Another Karloff poster. I was trying to go with like the vintagey posters. I didn't want anything too modern. And I thought that Mummy was very creepy. And it made a perfect addition to the movie posters. Because I also wanted to, I didn't want to do anything that was the same. So I had Dracula and Frankenstein and the Mummy. I would have loved to get the Wolfman. I think there was some Wolfman options. But I didn't. Let's see what the last one is. Okay. And the last movie poster is the swamp thing, or the creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, I really loved this one for the graphics. I think they're very B-movie, very fun. I think that's perfect for my horror cinema. like I said, I did want the Wolfman, but it wasn't just fun like this. It was just like a simple Wolfman picture, and I wanted to keep it thematic. So we have our posters now. Let's go ahead and take again a look at the frames. Now, it was important to me when I got the frames. Again, I could have just gotten a simple regular poster frame, but I really wanted the one with the detail because I like when my stuff can do double duty. So this frame, when I'm not using it for Halloween, I'm going to end up sticking it in my theater room in the basement where we watch movies, basically where the projector screen can roll up. Behind it we have space to put some pictures, so that's where I'm planning to put these if it looks suitable. So let's go ahead and open it up. There we go. And I am pretty happy with it, but you can never really tell how it's going to look till it's in the frame. This should be hopefully pretty easy. Like most of these, we just bend these tabs back, pop it out, and swap them. Now, you've probably heard me say this 100 times, but one easy thing to do with your movie or your posters for Halloween or whatnot, if you like to decorate your house and you use these sort of frames all around, just leave them in the back of the frame and then swap them out with your regular artwork when it's not Halloween time. Always just keep it in the back of the frame. Keeps it easy. When Halloween comes around, you don't have to worry about storing anything. You just take the frame off the wall, swap it around from inside, and you're done. But let me go ahead and get the rest of these up, pop this in, let's see how it looks. All right, I've got the back off. Now, one thing you may remember from my Frankenstein posters that I did a couple of years ago is that those backings can be relatively hard to get out. And if you push from the bottom, that's how I ended up breaking one of mine. I mean, these are just thin pieces of plastic, and they're kind of fragile. So you want to be extra careful when you are taking out the backing. Don't push from the plastic part, you could break it. But let's go ahead. It looks like it's a almost perfect fit here, as it should be. Go ahead and push it up into the corners. There we go. Excellent. Let me just go ahead and pop the back on. I'm going to want to remember to keep the hanger up to the top. I can't tell you how many times I have done this and ended up having to take it all apart again because I had it upside down. Let's start here at the bottom. Push it in. Again, you're going to have to be a little careful putting this thing back in. It kind of helps a little bit to arch it to get around some of these little pins that stick up. Got the back on before I press all of the little holders back in place. I'm just going to give it a quick peek, make sure it looks okay. And I'm not happy with it because hard to see, but it's a little bit crooked in the frame, and you can see this little white bit at the bottom. I'm going to have to redo it. All right, I've tried this a couple of times. I can't get that little white bit to not show. I think it might just be that the way I mean, it looks pretty even on here. Not sure why it's happening, but I'm going to fix it using a black marker. I'm just going to shade in the very bottom here so that we are never going to see it. I do not recommend you do this, obviously, with a real movie poster. I probably should have mentioned these aren't real movie posters, they're reproductions. So just go ahead and just draw this little bit in. My marker is almost dead. Let me try this with another one. Third time's a charm. Let's see if this will somewhat better. Okay, with the black marker, touching up the bottom there, let's go ahead and try this one more time. Okay, that's much better. You can't really see the white on the bottom. Can you see it from the top? Yes, you can. All right, I'm just gonna give the top a little touch up too, and then we'll call it done. Okay, there we go. I've got the top blacked in, the bottom blacked in. It's kind of noticeable. I've suffered a few setbacks on this. Primarily, like every single black marker I have is practically dead. So maybe I can get some more black markers in the future, touch this up, or just call it done because I'm afraid of taking this out anymore. Another setback is I've been trying to get the backing out just by pulling on the little hanger bit that's here, and of course it's ripped out now. So if you're going to try and take this out, don't do it from the one that you have to hang it from, but I think I can probably try and glue or tape that on there, and if that isn't going to be sturdy enough, we can always add hangers on the frame itself, but then I'm going to have to add it onto every single frame that I do so that they're all hanging at the same level. So that's just another minor irritation, but let me go ahead. I'm gonna put these little holding bits in down, and then let's get the rest of them framed. So here we are in the garage, which will be my makeshift cinema. And I've got 3 of them hung. I think they look fantastic. I really love the graphics. I'm way, way more happy with this than I thought I would be. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to have seating in the front. I'm going to have a projection screen over there. I'm playing the movies. These are just going to be, the side decoration. It actually had a bit of an unintended benefit here by some electrical boxes I have on the wall, including my year-round high voltage testing box right next to the Bride of Frankenstein poster. I mean, that's completely serendipitous, absolutely perfect. I ended up having to hot glue this broken hanging piece onto the back of my Creature from the Black Lagoon poster. And I'm a little disappointed because it bled through, and you can actually see a little bit of the wetness had seeped through, and it has stained or off-colored right on the lettering there, and it's very visible, and that upsets me. So I might have to buy another one of these posters because I kind of think that this was my favorite one. I love the coloring of it. So we'll see what we do with that in the end. Now, originally, I was planning to hang these as I hang all of my pictures, 60 inches on center, meaning the center of the poster would hit the 60-inch mark. And when I hung these up, they looked a little bit high, in my opinion. So, a lot of this design is subjective. So I am just going to go ahead and lower the hooks that I put in 5 inches, and I still think it looks great. So let me go ahead, nail this new hanger in, and let's see how it looks. All right. These are a little hard to hang when you use the tiny hooks from the back, but I found a trick. Kind of press in right where the hook is or the hanger is, and it will usually make its way onto the hook. So there we go. We've got our 4 movie posters ready to go. Maybe might have to redo this one. You'll notice too, maybe I'll get a good black marker and redo the edges. This one filled the frame. The 2 on the ends kind of have the white border, so I put them on the ends. And with the color scheme, I think it works good because you've got a lot of oranges on the ends, little dark colors in the middle. Frankie over here, I might have to do something Frankenstein related in the corner. I don't know, let me know your ideas. Let me know which of these posters you like the best. That'll do it for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these down because I don't want them to hang up all the way until Halloween. Might get a little tired of it, but I do want to see what it's going to look like in the movie theater room. So stay tuned to the end of the video for that, but that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Happy haunting.